When a brand with Nissan's heritage decides its electric future needs a little more spice, it doesn't call just anyone. It calls Nismo. And the result is this, the Nissan Ariya Nismo, a family electric SUV that was taken for intensive training in Japan and came back with a rather questionable attitude, ready to startle the unwary in traffic. Nismo, for those living under a rock, is Nissan's performance division. They take perfectly normal cars and transform them to something that makes you question the laws of physics, and occasionally, your sanity. With the Ariya, the recipe was the same, just powered by electrons. They ditched the combustion engine and focused on turning this well-behaved crossover into a silent, deadly asphalt scalpel. Underneath that fighter jet-worthy aerodynamic bodywork hide two electric motors that, together, pump out 435 horsepower and 600 newton-meters of torque to all four wheels. That's enough power to make many gas-guzzling muscle cars cry in a corner. The all-wheel drive, dubbed E-Force, has been recalibrated by Nismo engineers. In practice, this means the car not only accelerates like it's possessed, but also corners as if it's glued to rails, distributing torque almost telepathically to keep everything under control. Of course, all this fun comes at a cost, and I'm not just talking about the hefty price tag, which in Europe is around 74,000 euros. Range, as expected, takes a hit. With the 87 kilowatt-hour battery, the estimate is around 400 kilometers. In other words, you can have all the performance in the world, as long as your destination isn't too far from a charging station. It's the kind of irony only a sporty electric car can offer. Visually, there's no mistaking this machine for a common Ariya. The Nismo Kit is functional, not just cosmetic. The bumpers, side skirts, and rear spoiler were sculpted in a wind tunnel to increase downforce and keep the car planted at high speeds. The 20-inch ENKEI forged wheels, absurdly light, complete the package, reducing unsprung mass and making the steering sharper than a sushi knife. Inside, Nissan maintained the sobriety and quality finish of the original Ariya, but with a touch of malice. The sports seats hug you more firmly, upholstered in microfiber, and with the signature red Nismo accents. There's a new driving mode, appropriately called Nismo, which sharpens throttle response and even generates an artificial sound inspired by Formula E cars. Because, apparently, the silence of electric cars still bothers some. Putting this hellish machine next to competitors like the Tesla Model Y Performance and the Ford Mustang Mach-E GT, the fight gets interesting. The Ariya Nismo might not be the king of straight-line acceleration, losing by a few tenths of a second to its rivals. However, Nissan's proposal isn't just about exploding at the traffic light, but rather delivering a dynamic balance and cornering precision that the others, with their brute force, sometimes forget to refine. It's the difference between using a hammer and a scalpel. In the end, the Ariya Nismo is a niche car. It's for those who appreciate Japanese engineering, value a well-tuned chassis, and don't mind sacrificing a bit of range for dynamics. It's Nismo's return to the global stage, showing that electrification doesn't have to be synonymous with boredom. It's an electric SUV with a warrior's soul, proof that even without noise and smoke, it's still possible to create something truly badass. If you enjoyed learning about this machine, hit the like button. See you next time.